Boruto 2 Blue Vortex, Chapter 15, starts off with a little bit of a flashback to the Sand Shinobi and kind of what happened with Gaara and Shinki and how that whole situation kind of just happened, right? It goes into a little bit more, shows us what really happened, what really went down. And I feel like the biggest question is like, you know what I mean? Gaara, like all of the old, characters aren't really cutting it anymore like they used to. So essentially, the Sand Shinobi, they get jumped, right? They get messed up by the Shinju, and Gaara's trying to protect the future generation the way that we would expect, right? Like that's what he does. That's what the Kazekage, that's what the Hokage, that's what they always do. Protect the next generation. But in a matter of bravery, Shinki just decides to save Gaara all by himself. He puts him in like this ball of iron sand, and he ends up being the one that gets turned into a Shinju. And that was just like, I thought that was a really good reversal, kind of, so to speak. And I think it is interesting that they made like Gaara, like this has now become global. You know what I mean? I thought for a moment it might be like just kind of focused directly at the Leaf Village, but now that it's become not only the Sand Village's problem, it's now, you know what I mean, it's also the Leaf Village and the Sand Village, and we're going to see how far it stretches from there. And then after that, we get a look at Ryu, who is the new Shinju, based off of Shinki, and we just kind of see them talking, kind of hanging out, meeting the squad, the Shinju squad, kind of just saying, what's up, dapping everybody up, saying what's going on, and kind of just like, how are you? What's going on? What are you feeling? You know what I mean? Everybody's talking about like their consciousness or like how they're feeling about everything. So now it's like, how are you feeling about, you know what I mean, being a Shinju? Who do you want to eat? You know what I mean? What's that like? And he's kind of like, I want Gaara. And I know how to get to him, and I'm gonna go get him. And then, funnily enough, Code shows up, and Jura spares his life. He's kind of like, yo, guys, this guy gave birth to us, essentially. He helped create us, you know what I'm saying? So we offer him a little bit of, you know what I mean, gratitude, some mercy, and they do what any villain does. They chop off his hand, and dude, Code cannot win. He's just constantly taking L's. And I think I've said this before, but I'll say it again, is that like he's the villain with the most potential because he keeps on losing. He lost all of the Kara members. He lost all of the Otsutsuki, all of the things that he believed in. He's losing his arm. He's losing all of his like connections or friendships or relationships and stuff, right? Like he has the most potential to surprise us because he's at such a bottom point. He keeps on losing and losing and losing. As a villain, it's not interesting to watch, right? Because as villains, I guess, I don't know why, but everybody's kind of like, I want the villain to be, you know what I mean? I want the villain to kill somebody. I want the villain to be like a real, I guess that's not unfair. But my point being is that like, they kind of want the villain to succeed and win. And I'm like, I've never rooted for the villain, or I've never been like, yeah, the villain killed so many people. I was like, I've never wanted that. I've always wanted them to try and fail, and then that's the end of it. But, people root for the villain. That's cool, you know what I mean? There's nothing wrong with a bad villain, or like a good bad villain, you know what I'm saying? So the Shinju are definitely filling up, you know what I mean? They're definitely taking that space. But Code, he really has potential. And then finally, the chapter ends kind of with like a final alliance, you know what I mean, between Kawaki and Boruto. They finally are able to agree not to fight or try to kill each other for the moment and try to deal with the other situation, the Shinju at hand. So I think that's a really great. I mean, obviously, I think that's where the story was going to go. I definitely think that they always needed an alliance. I don't know how long the story could last without Boruto working in teams or working with other people, or he's already at such a high point, kind of physically. He's already at like a really strong point doing his own thing. So I feel like it's just a matter of him like cooperating and working with all the other shinobi like Sarada and Mitsuki and obviously Kawaki, and kind of telling them like, this is how you can get stronger. This is how we can be stronger to stop them and protect the people that we care about. You know what I'm saying? And in a good twist, he kind of tells Kawaki, like, you have to talk to Amado because he's the one holding you back. And Kawaki's like, what are you talking about? And he's like, he's holding you back. Like, he's purposely trying to stop you from being as strong as you can possibly be. He's put, like, quote unquote limiters on you. You know what I'm saying? So there's that element. And I kind of like that. But Amado's definitely another threat that is hiding behind the scenes and that we don't really pay attention to, or that we keep quiet about because we're more interested in the Shinju and the fights and all that stuff. But quietly, as time and time continues to prove on and on and on, Amado is not somebody to be trusted. He's really not somebody that you want. I mean, obviously he's really smart and he's capable and you want him on your team, but only in good ways, you know what I mean? He has something up his sleeve. I just know he does. He'll do anything for something that's gone, you know what I mean? It's his inability to let go to accept his daughter's death is what's going to put everybody in the shinobi world and in this world of Boruto and Naruto at risk. So there's something there. There's definitely something there, and I'm interested to see it. So, yeah, that chapter 15 was really, really good, and thank you guys so much for watching. I'll talk to you guys all next time. Thank you.